Oh, she called me.
Hey, what's up, guys? So today, oh, don't mind this. It's my pimple cream. Just ignore it. Anyways, so I'm gonna be filming another reaction video, but my channel is not gonna be a reaction channel or whatever. Like, no, I don't want to do that. That's not my passion. But I'm just gonna react to scary animations, and it's currently, let me see, let me check the time. It's currently 8:59, and because I'm not trying to do this at like 3 in the morning, so yeah, let's get on with the video. So I'm gonna put the put it right here. Should we put it right? Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. So let's put on. I got my pizza blanket, and let's get. Oh, you know what? Let me get stuff over here. Oh, Fred. I got Fred. Okay. Where's my cat? My cat's not in there. Okay. Okay. Let's go. I'm gonna press play.
This happened when I was a kid. I was in the 5th grade and my friend, let's call him Ethan, invited me over to his place. He lived right by the ocean, and if you walked through the forest for half a mile, you'd reach a nice beach with a diving board. When I got to his house, we hung out, played video games, and talked. You know, typical kid stuff.
Yeah.
Then we decided to go to the beach. It wasn't too far away, and we knew we could get back in time for dinner, so we set off. To make the trip more adventurous, we decided to bushwhack our own path. After walking a couple of minutes, we hit a tall fence. "Crap," Ethan exclaimed. "Well, I guess we'll have to go back." Suddenly, out of the corner of my eye, I spotted something. The fence went about 8 meters long and then stopped. My jaw dropped. There was a house. It was an old cabin with boarded up windows.
Oh, that looks like ice.
The planks were falling off and you could see the old insulation underneath. It was gray in color and had flecks of blue paint. The fence led up to the side of the house, stopped, and then continued on the other side. What scared me the most was that there was no road. I mean, not even a clearing to get to the road. You'd have to walk 20 minutes.
Wow.
"Kevin, come on," Ethan yelled from behind me. "Look at this," I shouted back. Ethan walked up to me and his jaw dropped. There was no door, just a frame, and peering through the frame we could see that there was a back door, also with no frame. All we had to do was walk through the house, then we could get to the beach.
Are
I
you really
looked at Ethan. "Should we do it?"
stupid?
I asked him. He shrugged. "I don't see why not," he responded. Inside the house was dark, despite the sunlight pouring in through the door.
Ooh, I
We
hate spiders.
advanced slowly through the house, and Ethan pointed to the door. As we reached the door, I peered up the stairs. I
Oh,
grabbed
no,
Ethan
oh,
and
no.
shoved him out the door.
Oh no.
"What was it?" he said, as soon as we got away.
A dumb
My whole
bitch.
body shook. I must be going mad, I thought to myself. Eventually, I explained it to him. As we reached the door, I wanted to take one last look at the house.
What?
I glanced up the stairs and I saw the shadowy outline of a person. All I could see
No,
were
no.
eyes staring back at
Ew.
me and a crooked grin. Ethan and I took another route back home, and we told Ethan's mom. She laughed at us and said she'd been that way many times and there was no house. And we were angry because she didn't believe us, so we got out our cameras and went back the next day. When
The
we
house
got
not
there, there was no house. It was just gone. No clearing, nothing. To this day, Ethan and I still wonder what it was. Was that man just a homeless person?
Ew.
Or
No,
maybe
I
he
can't.
was something much worse. I suggested to Ethan a theory that scares me to this day.
What?
I had been reading about Russian folklore. and a page caught my attention. It was a story about a witch named Baba Yaga who had a moving house. She would eat naughty children, and parents used to use it to scare children. Was this a witch? I guess we'll never know for sure.
Ew, myself. Ew. Okay, so that first one was called Witch. So you already know we finna do another one. Okay, so this one is called True Hide and Seek in the Cemetery Story. You must be dumb if you finna play hide and seek in the cemetery. Ooh, okay, listen to me.
I was in my early teenage years during this time.
Me.
My family and I went on vacation in a village which had a forest rumored to be haunted. There was a cemetery in the forest. It was a little far away from the village, near a lake. We weren't actually supposed to go to that forest, but my cousins thought it would be fun to play hide and seek at night. We were given some rules. We weren't allowed to take our phones or flashlights with us. As planned, we all
Hold on,
met
let me
in
pause
front of
this
our
right
farm.
quick. What if something happens and you don't got your phone? Like, who you finna call? Like, and what if it's dark? What if it gets dark all of a sudden and you ain't got no flashlight? Let's play this. Let's play it.
Farmhouse at midnight. Me and my younger sister, who was 7 years old at that time, were the youngest out of everyone. So my older cousin decided to help us hide. He was 22 at that time, and he wanted to make sure we didn't get lost. After we chose who was going to be the seeker, we parted ways, trying to find the best hiding spot. My older cousin just wanted to win, so he took us to the cemetery. He said, "She'll obviously be too afraid to enter the cemetery. I think this will be a best hiding spot for us." Although my younger sister kept telling us not to go there, we shut her off, telling her she was just a kid and would make us get caught. To this day, we wish we would have listened to her. It was getting darker. It was almost 2 a.m. Then all of a sudden, the cemetery lights went out. My sister's hand tightened around my hand. My cousin was obviously scared too. We could only hear the sound of wind and stray dogs barking at the backside of the cemetery.
Oh, I like how they're like in small,
But then-
small, medium, large.
We heard digging noises. I still remember that horrifying sound. At a distance, we could see an old man with ruffled hair and dirty clothes, digging a grave with his bare hands. He was making hissing noises while he dug. All of us stood there frozen. We didn't know if we should scream or run away. My cousin held our hands and
run
started to
away,
slowly lead us to the
please.
entrance, trying not to make any noise. He whispered, "We have to get out of here."
Nah, shit.
My sister was almost on the verge of crying.
Don't fucking
But to
cry.
ruin everything, I stepped on a broken branch, making a loud noise.
Always
The
happens.
stranger shot up his head toward our direction, and his lips
Ew,
curved in
ew,
a creepy
ew,
smile.
Ew, that's gross. That's gross,
"Run!"
that's
my
gross,
cousin
that's
yelled, quickly picking up my sister and running away as I followed closely behind them. Thankfully, the
He coming,
man
he
was
coming.
weak and couldn't run any faster. He stopped at the middle of the cemetery, staring at us with his hazel eyes. A few days later, we found out that the man had been caught by the police. He was a criminal who dug up dead bodies, stored drugs in them, and sent them off to other nations to sell drugs. He was caught once, but successfully escaped. If he wasn't so old and weak, I'm afraid that we might have ended up being a couple of dead bodies, too.
Oh my god. Wow. Oh my god, that is not okay. Okay, so we did two already. So let's do two more. Okay, so this one is called "The Mysterious Girl in My House Wants to Play with Me." Let's play it.
Hi,
Ooh.
my name is Alyssa,
Oh.
and I'm 15. A few months ago, something strange happened to me. To this day, I can't explain exactly what happened. I was relaxing at my house, doing some schoolwork on my laptop. Being home alone never bothered me until then. After about 2 hours of being alone, I decided to go get some ice cream from the freezer.
Me.
As I headed back with ice cream to my room, I heard someone bang on the front door. I never answer the doors, and I always make sure they're locked when my parents leave. I decided it was the mailman, and that he would set the package down and leave. Then I heard the bang again, but louder. I was confused, so I went to my dad's office since it had a window facing the front porch. The second I grabbed the door handle of his office, my parents' bedroom door slammed shut right next to me. I screamed. Our air conditioning was broken at the time, so there was no way it could have been the air. I looked at the door, ran to the other side of the house, and called my mom to see if she was expecting anyone over. "No, Alyssa," she said. And those 2 words made my heart beat faster than it ever has. My phone disconnected, and I started hearing footsteps coming towards me from down the hallway.
Ew, those
I ran
crusty,
and hid behind a
those
door
crusty
in our
feet.
living room. I knew I'd be out of sight, since I used to hide there as a child. I called my close friend Emily, who always knew how to calm me down in crazy situations. She told me to go and lock myself in my room. As she was talking, I started to hear doors open and slam shut along with footsteps, and the voice of a little girl saying, "I'm going to find you,"
Ew, she's
over
trying to
and over.
She's trying to play hide and seek.
I started crying, and when the noise stopped, I ran to my bedroom door. When I grabbed the handle and was about to go in, I heard it again. The little girl was in my room and said, "Come here, Alyssa. I want to play. Come
Ew.
here." I ran to the guest bathroom and locked myself in. I started to hear knocking on the bathroom door and the voice, "Don't you want to play, Alyssa?
No,
We
I'm
can have a
gonna
lot of fun."
Ew.
I started screaming back.
Ew, I'm getting
"Oh
the chills.
no,
I'm getting
just
the chills.
leave me alone."
I'm getting the chills, bro. And I got
She
a blanket
started
on.
laughing. The knocking and laughter grew louder and louder. And then it started sounding like that thing, started to walk away, still laughing and knocking. Then I couldn't hear it anymore. My grandpa
Really?
came into the house yelling, "Alyssa, it's Grandpa. You can come out. You're safe." I ran as fast as I could to my grandpa. Later on, I found out that after my phone cut out on my mom, she sent my grandpa to check on me. Once I told my grandpa that a little girl had gotten into the house, we went around the house searching for her, but we never found anything. All the windows and the doors were locked. The garage was closed up tight, and nothing was broken into. I hate being home alone now, and being in my room, but I've learned to deal.
Oh my god! Did you? It possessed. I can't fucking speak. It possessed her. Okay, we finna do one more. Oh wait, hold on. What does it say? Hold up. It says this one is called My True Horror Story of Sock? Okay. Of Sock. Okay.
When I was about 9 years old, I was in my swimsuit, ready to go to swimming lessons.
Obviously.
My brother and I had made a pillow fort, and it was still there from the night before. I had crawled underneath the coffee table, where a blanket went over it, blocking out the outside world. I have no idea why I stuck my foot outside of the blanket, but I did.
Oh
A
no.
dark black sock crawled creepily towards my foot
A
and
sock?
slowly slid over it. The sock was cold, and I felt odd. I recognized the sock. It looked just like the one my mom had. I called out my mom's name and my brother's name, but there was no response, only silence. I walked to the window, but when I looked out, there was nothing out of the ordinary. I saw my cat staring at me with a weird look on her face.
Ew, that's a
Then,
creepy ass
I was
cat.
horrified when I heard the shower running upstairs. My mom was still in the shower, and my dad was at work. I ran up the stairs to find my brother spinning on the chair in my parents' room. I asked him if he went downstairs, and he told me he had nothing to do with the situation.
Ew, why
I
does
told
everybody
my
look so
mom what had
creepy?
happened, but she didn't believe me. She said that I was probably hallucinating and that it was just the cat. But I
Why
know
is
what I
everything
saw,
so creepy?
and the look on my cat's face is still fresh in my memory.
What the fuck? Okay, that one, the last one was, I did not. I have no words for that one. That was just like. I have no words for that one. That one was just creepy and like not even. I didn't get it. I don't get it. Like it's literally like I don't get it. But that's all for today, tonight, whatever. Yeah, make sure you subscribe, comment, like, what else? Oh, turn your post notifications on. And yeah, peace out.
Missing someone. Missing someone. Missing someone.